Still crooked. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Who is in the kitchen?
Austin.
Will you bring me a soda, please? I think they're in my room. Well, I hear your voice. Can you bring me one? Hey, Krista girl. How are you today?
Oh, it was chasing the drawer. He just went back outside.
Okay, well, will you please go get me one of my sodas out of my room? All right. How is everybody? Thanks for sprinkling. I hope everybody is well. Oh, there I am. You pulled up over here. Okay. Still got about 1 minute left for Miss Jenny to finish up.
I present to you the beauty
Thank you.
of Coke Zero and me.
Thank you. I need a drink. Hey, Miss Dina. Get on your page name, girl. How are ya? Oh my gosh, I am overcrowded with things all around me. But I am so thirsty. Okay. Well, it looks like it is 8 o'clock, so I imagine she is finishing up. Say hello, everybody, when you get here. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I am, hey, Misty girl. I do not feel prepared at all in the least bit. I work until 7 on Tuesday nights, so it's always kind of a challenge rushing home and last minute prep stuff. So anyhow, and it's going to be a very noisy house this evening. People coming and going, and all the kids, of course, because it's later on in the evening, so they are all at home and not out running about. Hello, Crafty Blessings with Angie. How are you? So, I am in an event today with the Stand Tall Crafting Group. My name is Janice. I'm with J. Will Creations. I appreciate you being here with me this evening. I have been watching most of everybody today, just silently though, because like I said, I was at work. I think I missed the first two, so I'll have to go back. Oh, thank you. I got it whacked off and some highlights done. Hi, Miss Bernice. So yes, it's definitely a whole lot shorter, and I'm loving it, just in time for warmer weather. But anyhow, so yes, I have to go back and catch a couple of the replays, but everybody's done great things today, so if you are not in the Stand Tall Crafting group, go over there and join that free group. So this evening, I'm going to work, I think, on this bird cage. Thanks for sprinkling. Oh, Dina, thank you for the stars. You didn't have to do that, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jenny. So if you didn't catch my live the other day, I did this tray, and we put some resin over the top of it. Painted the outside here, decoupage that paper in the middle. Turned out really, really pretty. I love it. So I'm planning to do a whole little like centerpiece with this tray. This is really pushing me outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to attach this to this. Of course, we're going to decorate it and do it up first. And I think there is a sticky spot of resin somewhere still on my desk here. Anyhow, so this is really way outside of my comfort zone, but I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see what we can come up with. I think I'm going to start by just taking all of this stuff out of here. It's all kind of pretty sad. This came from the Goodwill. It says $3.99 on it. I may or may not have paid that for it. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and take that off. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yes, Jenny's mini craft was adorable. I love mini everything. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? Thanks for coming on, friend. I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, Dina. You're so sweet. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right, so I'm gonna just start by plucking all this stuff out of here. Like I said, it's in pretty sad shape. I mean, it could probably be salvaged and put with other things to breathe life back into it. Although these are falling apart all over. I'm not keeping those. I'm gonna throw those away because there's already green balls all over the table from those. So that we will not be keeping. Ugh, it's almost as bad as glitter. Do y'all love glitter? I am not a big glitter fan. It goes everywhere. Alright. Those flowers are actually in really good shape. So, I have not had anything really new or exciting since the last time I was live with most of you. My dogs are outside right by the back door. I'm sorry, there's going to be noisy while I'm on here most likely. My daughter's National Honor Society program was yesterday. She earned her gold cords for graduation, and I cried pretty much the whole time. And then my husband and I took her to dinner by herself, just a special dinner afterwards, and I cried during a lot of the dinner also. My kids are all so much smarter than I was at all of their ages. I don't know. National Honor Society was never in the cards for me, and I can't believe that we're here, that she's going to be graduating next month, and that it's all happening so quickly. It's very bittersweet. I'm excited for her future, but it is definitely a bittersweet feeling. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take this off too, just because I want to start with a clean slate. Maybe there's really on there. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. So I imagine somebody at some point had this looking all cute and pretty, but it's just got old. I am going to go ahead and leave this in the bottom, the piece of foam to attach the flowers to. I think it'll be just fine. So my intent is to decorate the bottom of this. Let me put my camera down just a little bit more. Oh, thank you, Jenny. It's very bittersweet. Your son's a senior this year also, isn't he? Or is he a junior? I know Misty has a senior. Is your son a senior also? Now I made it crooked. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay. Alright, so I have this little teacup I bought. I want to have that in there. I don't know. I feel like, should it be elevated some? I could elevate it. I think so. And then we'll put some flowers around it. So to elevate it, I wonder... Maybe. I didn't think that part through. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff and like threw on the floor around me. I have this little... He's a senior too? Oh, so you feel the same way. I thought so, but for a second I was second guessing myself. So you know where I'm coming from. Alright, so I have just this little spool. Yeah, I think that's better. I think it'll raise it just enough. Okay. So, now I've set my glue around here somewhere. I just had it. Oh, right here in front of me. Oh, you guys, I am not with it, I tell you. I'm going to use a little bit of E6000 and some hot glue. I'll just put that right in the center. I contemplated on painting this, but I think I'd like it white. I think that it'll kind of stand out more when it's sitting on the tray. You guys agree? Should I leave it white or should I paint it the same color as the tray? I'm loving that vintage duck egg color, but I tend to like use something a lot when I find something that I like. I feel like I overuse it. I kind of did that with the ballet slipper, Waverly chalk paint. So I'm going to try not to do that with that color. I don't know, I kind of feel like we all go on kicks, right? We find something we like and then we just use it. Okay, I do want that kind of centered, so my saucer's in there centered. Hey Peggy, how are you? Thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay. Alright, now this needs wiped off. I still have not bought baby wipes. I love this. I did a live the other day when I was at the antique store looking for this little saucer and teacup. Okay. I think that's going to be just fine. Alright, so I think I better put the glue on. You guys can see, okay? Put the glue on here. And then push the saucer onto that. That way I don't end up with a mess. And for those of you that know, because I talked about it on here quite a bit, about my endeavor with the pumpkin patch and my flower field. My husband has been hard at work getting everything all mowed and keeping it mowed, and we're going to have it tilled up next weekend, or this coming weekend, so that way next weekend hopefully I can start getting some stuff in the ground. I think we're going to be past our frost, fingers crossed. So I'm excited for that. I will have to do a little video or go live with you and show you back there. Alright, so there's our little saucer for our teacup. Now I think, because this is not flush on the bottom of this, so I'm going to have to really use a gob of glue, but I think it'll still be okay. Alright, but before I do this, I think I want to try and make, hi Giselle, how are you? Your craft was adorable. Something I've never done, I'm going to try to make a little bird's nest inside of this. So I'm going to use a mixture of this Excelsior and some raffia. I don't know, see if I can wad it up and just shape it to look like a bird's nest. I'd opened this before, but I guess not. Oh, this is very tightly like together. So, oh, this actually, I don't think I've actually used this before. I thought I did. But this does actually kind of wad up nicely. This is going to work perfect for this. Minus it's kind of messy, huh? Alright, I do think I want just to give it a little bit of, you know, a bird's nest is always a bunch of different things that they pilfer and put together, so I don't want it to be just the Excelsior. So I hope everybody's had a good start to their week. I took yesterday off of work. making a mess. Just so I could get caught up on some stuff around my house. I had a meeting with one of my daughters at school for cheerleading. She's going to try out for cheerleading for the first time. She's a freshman, so it'll actually be for her sophomore school year. And then, like I said, I had my other daughter's National Honor Society meeting. So it was kind of nice just to take the day off and actually like do things around the house instead of for doctor's appointments and all of that. Alright, so that kind of looks like a bird's nest. But I do think, well, I want these to kind of go down. I can trim them off if needed. I am going to glue it in. This today. That's right, Peggy. You can always go back to the Stand Tall Crafting group and catch the replays for at least 30 days for today's event anyway. I'm really going to load this up with glue because it's going to start running as soon as I set it upright. Okay. Looks cute. Looks like a little nest. Alright, I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut. Alright, where... Speaking of a haircut, you guys probably have seen my youngest daughter before, Miss Alea. There's my scissors. We did a hair straightening on her hair on Sunday. Her hair is super curly and wild, and she's been asking me to straighten it, so I straightened it on Sunday, and then I gave her a haircut, which I am not a beautician, but I impressed myself. It did turn out really good, and she's happy with it. Yep, I was talking about you,
What?
and I told them that I straightened your hair, and then I gave you a haircut. Not that you can tell now because she's got it pulled up on top of her head. Okay.
What are you talking about? No, you don't.
Nice try, sister.
Mom,
What?
are you making all that food on the table tonight?
I don't know what's in there because I came in here as soon as I got home.
Oh.
So. Alright, so I have one of these cardinals. So, I may or may not have mentioned before that I am going to give this as a gift to a friend of mine who actually has a tea party each year in honor of her mother who has passed. So I thought it would be nice to have a cardinal sitting in
That's so sweet.
here.
So sweet.
Okay.
Speaking of tea party, you know that one tea place we used to go to?
Yes.
We need to go there again.
Okay.
I'm peeling glue.
So,
Because I am a peel glue.
I think that's cute. Although,
Is that why
I
you
guess
needed the
it's
teacup
okay.
so bad?
yep, that's why I needed the teacup so bad.
When was
So I think I want the handle to the right, which means I'm going to need the bird, I think, to face the other way. So,
Can I feel this?
yes, you can feel it.
It
Okay,
looks so wet, but it's so dry.
that's cute. That is cute. Alright, so let me go ahead and glue this down. For this, I'm going to use, I'm trying to talk, you're going to have to wait. No, I did not. Let's see. So same thing, I'm going to put my glue on here and then push my cup into it. Okay. There we go. Okay. of tricky now. Alright. There we go. Cute. She does have a lot of hair, Peggy. She most certainly does. Let's see here. Try to... There we go. What? I don't know. You need to go ask her dad because I'm on a live. Okay. Holding the little bird in there. Alright, what do you guys think so far? Now, since I did put the saucer up higher, the bird is kind of... You can really only see the head through the top, but I think that's okay. Alright, so now we need to stick some flowers around the bottom. So I just grabbed some random flowers up here. Most of these probably came from Joann's, with the exception of a few. May have came from Dollar General. So I'm just going to kind of set these in here around here for now, and then I'll decide if I really like them and tweak them and all that good stuff. I've got to get out my snips because that is not good for my brand new scissors. Okay. A little bit of a variety here. Take a look at some of this. Now you guys have to help me decide. I need some ideas on what to do with this. So this has these yellow gold looking hair shaped things on them. I'm definitely going to take those off. I don't know, what color do you think I should paint this stand? So if you remember, our tray has the silver and with that, the teals and that vintage duck egg color, and the cage itself is white. The bird here, I'm not loving this bird either. So I think what I'm going to do is probably use that as a base to be able to glue some of my bigger flowers on to help hide that bird. But I need to know, what suggestions do you guys have? What do you think I should paint the stand? I don't know that I'm loving these. Let's switch to this. I'm definitely not loving those. Alright. I think I like those better. The white with the pink. Here. So I think I'm liking the way that is looking. And I could do just some of the greenery. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead, let that sit out. I think I'm going to go ahead and start gluing some pieces in and then fill in the gaps with the greenery as needed. Okay. All right. Take these back out. So this is the front. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. And I'm not even, these ones that have the big long stems, I'm not even sticking it into the foam. I'm just putting my glue over the top of it and laying it flat. Okay. Another bit of glue in here. That's hot. 10 out of 10, don't recommend sticking your finger in hot glue. Alright. This way. It's a little difficult to make this so that way you guys can see easily, and I am sorry. So we'll go right there with that one. This is what we're looking at so far. Get back in there. Hold it a second so it'll sit up. Okay, you're still doing good. Dina, I work in finance. If you haven't told your friends that Janice is live, now would be a great time to do that. Oh, thank you, Angie. I appreciate you. Yeah, Dina, I work in finance. I'm a branch manager for a finance company. I'm not sure that I know. I think I have an idea of what you do, but I don't know that I know 100% what you do. I think I just, from some of the conversations you've had, I have a general. I am, like, we do loans, personal loans, auto loans, that kind of thing. A loan officer, that kind of thing. I very much enjoy my job. I have a small staff in my office. The company itself is actually very large across the whole U.S., but my office is small, and we are all very close and have worked together for a very long time. I've been with the company. Oh, I just loosened that, darn it. Hold on. Gotta call in the reinforcements here. I just knocked the little thimble. Like I said, we've all worked together for a very long time. And I've been with the company for almost 9 years. There we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, moving on. Here we go. Working our way around. So these will go over here. These ones, since it is a little shorter, I am going to try to stick it down in there. There we go. This one is longer, but I think I'm going to make it shorter. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you very much. I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Like I said, I'm in the Stand Tall crafting group this evening. I am the caboose. I am the final one on for the night. When I'm all done here, you guys can go back and check out the replays. And if you're not already part of that group, be sure to join. And then our fearless leader, Miss Krista, has a crafting page as well. She doesn't do lives, but she does post the things that she makes and that you can purchase. She's got some great stuff over there. It is, I noticed today she slightly changed her page name. It says Crafts by Krista. And then in parentheses behind it, it says Stand Tall. And Crafts and Krista are both with a K. And I think she did that because there are there's several Crafts by Krista pages out there. And I accidentally joined one of them myself when I was looking for hers. So I think that'll be better for her and give her a little bit more, definition that that's who she is. I open and run homes for injured IDD and psychiatric issues. Okay, I had a feeling that that's what you did. Once upon a time, I was a caregiver, which I kind of got into by accident, but I did that for about 5 years. I really enjoyed it. I started out as a caregiver for my grandmother as a part-time job because at that point in time, yes, thanks Dina for putting that in there, and it does say Stand Tall after it now. At the time, I also was self-employed, so I did the caregiver thing as a part-time job. Started out taking care of my grandmother, and then her neighbors, I miss them all so much, but her neighbors, they all said, well, can you help me too? And so it evolved. And so it was really great. 5 years, and then, as they got older, I lost a couple of them. I'm going to try not to cry. They passed away, and they will forever hold a special place in my heart. They were very special to me. So, let's see here, because there are several Crafts by Kristas. Yes, there are. That is a Chihuahua, Dina. I have 2 Chihuahuas. I have a St. Bernard, so here's what we're looking at. I have 2 Chihuahuas, a St. Bernard, and a chocolate lab. Let's see. I need some more of this white back here. I believe that's pull one out and I'll go flying. That is not the same. It is a little different. Okay, so we're just going to have to mix it up. That's okay. Yes. Hold on, I'm trying to read. Oh, of course, Tammy. I just appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Guess what?
What?
I was eating a corn dog, y'all, and then I took one bite, and the whole dog slid off the stick.
The whole dog slid off the stick?
And it just slid with the stick.
Okay, so this actually, I'm going to leave these big leaves on here, so it's going to help take up some of that space. We've got lots of space going in there. Alright. There we go. Dog down. That's right. Since I work late on Tuesdays, most of the time it's just kind of one of those fend for yourself nights or leftovers kind of a thing. Alright, so since this one is a little different than these white ones, I've got to of course incorporate this in somewhere else. So I think I'll do it right here. It can't be on there all by its lonesome. Okay. You love all the sounds in my home. It's a noisy home. Oh, goodness. But it's just a lot of people here. A lot of things going on. Yeah, so right on that side of the wall is French doors, and so she sees me in here, and so she's barking at me, wanting to know why I'm not letting her in, I'm sure. And then of course the Saint Bernard, he's a little bit more carefree. He's probably just standing there because I can't see out, it's too dark, but he's probably just standing there staring at her like, why are you barking? Okay. So we need some more pink back here, I think. Since I don't have any more of those. Why? Maybe. Oh, what's this? I don't think I love this either. Alright, I'm going to have to make a decision here because it's not going to grow more flowers with me just staring. Maybe. Oh, there it is. In my hand. Maybe a couple of these. Those really aren't pink, but let's just see what it looks like. It'll just be a hodgepodge of stuff. Oh, well, thanks for saying so, Dina. You know, this is their home, so, you know, the kids kind of, I don't want to say they get to do what they want, but, you know, everybody lives very comfortable here in the home. And I do let them know when I'm going live and to try to be respectful, you know, but we do still live here, so. It's par for the course. Uh-oh. I stuck that all the way through the bottom. Which one is it? That's to this one. Okay. So, go a little bit here. Well, thank you. Thank you, Angie. Okay. Alright, and then I think I will maybe put one more of those. Well, yeah, let me grab this one more from right here. Oops, sorry, Bubba. I got one right here. Just so that way it's somewhat balanced in the odd numbers, you know? Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. I just pulled it all the way off the stick. Thank you. They are, for the most part, you know, they are kids, but they are respectful of the time. And mostly respectful of one another. Thank you, Bernice. Like I said, this is really kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone. I've been using a lot more florals lately. Trying to do a little bit of a different thing, and I really liked this idea of creating this little tray setup for her. So, alright. So, there we have our little teacup and saucer in there. I was initially thinking of putting flowers on the saucer, but I don't think I'm going to because we have so many flowers going on down here around the bottom. I really want the teacup and the saucer to be seen. So, thank you, Krista. Did anybody have any suggestions on what color I should paint the stand? I am plucking off these pears. I'm not a fan of the pears. Those have to go. I won't throw them away because, well, you can't throw away anything. I think I'm going to go ahead and pluck these leaves off too. Just like I said, I'm not a huge fan of this bird. Even though, you know, it's a bird. I really want the cardinal to be kind of the star of the show in here. Kind of as a representation. Like I said, a friend of mine, she has a tea party every year in honor of her mother that passed away. So I am making this as a gift to give to her. So I thought the cardinal would be fitting for that. And so this, I feel like, is kind of hideous. So I intend to take some roses or some different things and just use this as a mounting point to glue some stuff to. I don't know what color to paint this. I don't want it to be a green. So it goes something like this. And then I also did the little creamer with the flowers the other day to sit on here. And I'm thinking of getting brave. I know everybody has probably seen where they do the floating creamer with the flowers cascading down. I think I'm going to be brave and attempt to do that on here as well. The logistics of that makes me nervous, but I want to give it a shot anyway, so. So do you think maybe I should just do the stand the same color, like in a, I've got plaster by Waverly maybe for that. The bird, well, you know what, actually now that you said that, I can probably pluck it off. Hold on. It's almost like it's wrapped. Well, I bet maybe if I just rock it back and forth. It's almost like it's on a, I wouldn't say a wire, but maybe a metal wire of some sort. I bet you I could get my husband to, I said, manhandle it a little bit and pull it off. The stand I also got at the Goodwill. It says $2.99 on it. Oh, there you go. Got it. There's my husband sending the stars. Thanks, babe. Alright, so now I'm left with this sticking off of there. And that Okay. So that was actually like a hole through it. Okay. That will toss. So this, there's a little hole in there now, but I can always cover that with something. All right. So what do we think? Do we think plaster for the stand? Yes, Angie, good call, good call. This almost doesn't feel super sturdy, but we're gonna go with it. All right. I've got about, what, 16 minutes left? Try to get this painted up real quick. I'm gonna I have one of these like wood slices they're the fake ones I think from Dollar General. I'm gonna glue that in the top of there so it's flush, so that actually has something to adhere to. And again, I'm gonna use some E6000. Gotta put the cap back on it this time. Hot. Okay. And when I paint this, I don't think I'm going to give it like, a super thorough coat. I think it'll be okay if it looks kind of old and mucked up a little. That green, if it comes through, it'll just make it look like it's kind of patinaed, I guess. Sorry guys, I'm quiet. I'm trying to focus here. Since I'm coming at the tail end of my time, I would kind of like it to get assembled before I let everybody go for the night. I did not put an apron on, so I do not want to get paint on my sweater. And if anybody happens to come on and catch the replay, if you would let me know, give me a good old hashtag replay in the comments so that way I know that you've seen the video and I can say hello back and how much I appreciate you for being here. And you guys, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Krista, but I do believe we might be taking a brief intermission over summer on the group events. I hope that's right. Yeah, the dogs are trying. Yes to the plaster. Okay. Krista, is that right? Are we going to be taking a break in this group over the summer for lives? So be sure to go in, if you're not already part of the group, to join the group so that way you can be in the know with all the happenings, and be sure to follow all the crafters. And that way you can be on the lookout for, you know, any surprise pop-up events or, you know, when things are going to resume. I do have a Telegram pinned to the top of my page. It's a free, you know, messaging service where I just send out notices to let you all know when I'm going to be live, and like for our flyers for these group events, I always put that in there so that way you guys will know. You definitely don't want to miss anything. All right, I said it doesn't have to be perfect, and here I am trying to make it almost perfect. Okay, so I am going to do the bottom of it as well. All right. Yeah, the dogs would love to come in here and be on the live. I have no doubt about that. Okay. All right, so let's take a look and see what that looks like. Oh, the lighting is kind of hard to see. So like I said, I didn't give it a perfect look. I think I may, let me dry it up a little bit. I may go back and do some kind of rub and buff over that just to get some of that to stand out. Well, again, I appreciate y'all hopping on with me tonight and hanging out for a little bit. I know it's kind of that weird time of day where everybody is winding down from the day. And hey, Eric, how are you? Everybody's kind of winding down for the day and probably finishing up with some dinner, catching up on their TV shows. So it really does mean a lot that you guys hop on here. If you're not already following my page, I would appreciate a like and a follow, as do all the other amazing crafters. Okay, so that feels pretty good. So let's go ahead. I think what I'll do, because our tray has the silver around the edges, I think I will take some of my silver rub and buff and highlight some of that detail work on here. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky part. So our handle's on the right. I don't think I want it perfectly like squared off. Yeah, I want the bottom of it so that way it sits like so. And I'm going to use a lot of glue. A lot. Thank you, Krista. I'm going to use a lot of the E6000 in the center because the bottom of the cage where the cross, that metal cross meets, I want to make sure that that is good and secured. Okay, here we go. Really gluing it up here. Yep, that's a lot. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to try to get it as centered as I can. And I'm going to really just push it on here and hold it for a minute. Alright. feel like this is kind of wobbly. It's making me a little nervous. So I will have to contemplate. That's a little wobbly at the base down here where this part connects here. It is a little wobbly, probably just because it's old. But it feels sturdy enough for, you know, serving the purpose that it is for. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to contemplate on what I want to do down here. Let me grab some of my silver rub and buff real quick just to hit some of those parts. But I'm gonna have to do something to cover the hole down there. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll probably, I don't know. I have some of this greenery I may hang down from there. I'm gonna have to ponder that. Like I said, this is really kind of challenging me, pushing me out of my comfort zone. Yeah, that really brings that out. And it'll tie into the tray nicely. I'm not doing necessarily every single spot, just most of it here and there. Miss Krista, thanks for having me today. And thanks for being amazing, as always, keeping everybody in line. You are excellent at what you do. Give me just a second and I'll hold this up for you guys to see it. I'm gonna touch just a few places on the birdhouse too. Yes, I very much like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Dina. It had life at one point in its day. You could definitely see that, and I went back and forth when I bought it because, like I said, I've never done anything like this, so I wasn't sure. But I'm glad that I did, and kind of, you know, I feel like I learned something. I'm not doing the same old thing with a surface and, you know, just putting something on it, and pushed me a little bit. Okay. Oh, she is sitting at the dining room table, Jennifer, on her Chromebook. All right, so there's our bird and our teacup. And then you can see where I put that silver on there, and it really highlighted. So let's go ahead and set it on our silver tray. Okay. I love the way this tray turned out. Oh, for anybody that caught me live making this tray, or if you happen to see this and then go back and watch it, after the live, after it set for a couple of minutes, the resin did start to, all the air bubbles started to come up to the surface of the resin. So I took my heat tool and blew over that to pop the resin bubbles, so that way it would be a nice smooth surface. I forgot to mention that on the live the other day. So this will go here. And then still not 100% sure on these flowers, but I don't know. So that will go maybe like that. And then, like I said, if I can really be brave enough to do the floating with the flowers cascading down, I don't know, you guys. I think that would be really pretty. Really pretty, but it scares me. So I'm going to have to see if I can do some homework and watch some videos on the best glues and the best way to do that. So, all right. And good night, Miss Dina. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. Thank you, Jennifer. I think it turned out great. It is a gift for somebody who is going to be hosting a tea party. So I thought that she would appreciate it. So thank you all again so very much for being here. It means a lot that you guys take time out of your evening to spend a little bit of it with me. Go back to the Stand Tall Crafting group and catch some replays of all the other fabulous crafters that were on there today. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you, Peggy. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. We're okay. All good. All right, guys. Bye-bye.